Hello everyone, good day. Welcome back to our class. This is Jover Chofilo and our topic for today is computing overtime payment for consumer mathematics. Now let's define what is overtime or OT pay. So whenever we talk about overtime, this is describes the additional pay given to employees who work beyond 8 hours. It is computed by multiplying the overtime rate with the number of hours in excess of the regular 8 hours of work. Okay? For example, if you are the employee, then you excess 10 hours in your works, but the regular number of hours is 8 hours, then you're going to subtract the 10 minus 8, and it is equal to 2. And that 2 hours, and that 2 is your overtime, and that 2 is your overtime. Again, and that 2 hours is your overtime. So let's proceed. We have here um, the labor code of the Philippines. The rate of overtime pay is additional 25% of the hourly rate for work performed in excess of 8 hours on ordinary day. Now, but this rate can change according to what type of working days the employee will be requested to work. So this is according to the labor code of the Philippines. Then we have here a table. As you observe, we have three columns, kinds of working days, the hourly rate for 8 hours, and the overtime for more than 8 hours. Now we are going to compute overtime payment in terms of ordinary day, rest day or special holidays, rest day which falls on special holidays, regular holidays, and rest days which falls on regular holidays with the use of this numerical data in this table. Okay, so please take note of this. Now let's proceed. Okay, regular holidays. These are the holidays we usually have a fixed date. For example, the New Year's Day and the Christmas Day. Okay, so I have here the list of regular holidays. So please take note of this. So in January 1, Saturday, we have New Year's Day. In April 9, Friday, we have Day of Valor. In April 14, Thursday, we have Monday, Thursday. In April 15, we have Friday, Good Friday. May 1, we have Sunday, Labor Day. June 12, Sunday, we have Independence Day. August 29, Monday is National Heroes Day. November 30 is Wednesday and it is Bonifacio Day. December 25, Sunday, it is Christmas Day. And December 30, Friday, it is Rizal Day. So here is the list of regular holidays and it is according to our calendar. So please take note of this. Now let's have also the special holidays. Special holidays being enacted by Congress or declared by the President. During special working holiday, offices are open and schools have classes. Okay? During special working holiday, offices are open and school have classes. There is no additional pay for workers who will report to work in special holidays. There is no additional pay for workers who will report to work in special holidays. So I have here the list of special non-working holidays. So here is in February 1, Tuesday, Chinese Lunar New Year. February 25, Friday, it's a People Power Revolution Anniversary. Up to December 8, Thursday, Feast of the Immaculate Conception of Mary. This is the list of special um, non-working holidays. And also we have the list of special working holidays. In November 2, Wednesday, we have All Souls Day. December 24, we have Saturday, Christmas Eve. December 31, Saturday, New Year's Eve. November 2, Saturday, Wednesday, which is All Souls Day. So this is the list of special working holidays, and it is also according to our calendar. We have also a double holiday that belongs on special holidays. These holidays happens when there are two holidays which fall on the same day. For example, if Araw ng Kagitingan falls on the same day as Monday, Thursday, or Good Friday. So that is our doubled holiday. Now, make yourself comfortable because we are now in the computation of overtime pay. So I have here the some examples. Okay, so let's have the example number one. So we are going to compute the overtime pay in terms of an ordinary day. So let me read the problem. Mirna earns a regular daily rate of 340 pesos for 8 hours. If she worked 10 hours on an ordinary day, her pay would be. So let's have the solution. Uh, this solution is step by step so that you can understand it properly. Now, in step 1, compute for hourly rate. Now, hourly rate is equal to daily rate divided by the number of working hours. So, our daily rate there in the problem is 340 pesos. And our number of working hours is 8 hours. Now, we're just going to divide it. Then we have a answer of 42.50 pesos per hour. So, this is our hourly rate. Now, please take note of this because this hourly rate would be used in step 2. So, this is step 2. Determine the overtime rate per hour. Now, overtime rate is equal to regular hourly rate times overtime rate. So, as I have said, we have 42 pesos point 50 centavos in our regular hourly rate multiply by 125%. Okay, sir, where did you find that 125% po? So, according to our table earlier that I have been discussed, in ordinary day we have overtime rate of for more than 8 hours is 125% or 1.25%. So, this is according to the labor code of the Philippines. Okay, this is it. We're going to use this. Now, we have 42 pesos point 50 centavos times 1.25. So 125% divided by 100 is equal to 1.25. So to the answer of this is our overtime rate is equal to 53 pesos point 125 centavo. Now please take note also of this overtime rate because we are going to use that in our final answer. Now we have the total pay for the day. So it is equal to 8 hours, which is the number of working days, multiplied by hourly rate of 42.50 plus overtime rate, which is 53 pesos point 125 centavos, and multiply by 2 hours. Okay, sir, where did you find that 2 hours? As in the problem, Mirna have a exists in 10 hours, and our regular 8 hours, our regular number of work hours is 8 hours, then we just subtract the 10 minus 2, 10 minus 8, and it is equal to 2. And that is the overtime hours of Myrna. Now, to multiply this, 8 times 42.50 is equal to 340 pesos plus 106.25 if you're going to multiply this 53.125 times 2. Okay, to sum it up, the Myrna earns 446.25 pesos in the ordinary day. Okay, in the ordinary day, which is you use the 125% overtime rate of exceeding in 8 hours. So let's proceed to the next slide. For example, number 2. Now, as you observe, we're going to compute the overtime pay in terms of on rest day and special day. So our problem is the same, but the what is being asked here is not is changed. The what is being asked in the problem is changed, but our daily rate is the same, 340 pesos. Now let me read the problem. Myrna earns a regular daily rate of 340 pesos for 8 hours. If she was requested to work 10 hours of her rest day, her pay would be. Okay, let's find out what would be his her pay. Okay, so again, step number 1, compute the hourly rate on a rest day or special day. So as you observe, we have 340 pesos, the daily rate, and the number of hours, which is the 8 hours. So, sir, where did you find the 42.50? So, we just divide the 340 divided by 8, and we have 42.50. Now, we are going to multiply it into 130%. Okay, sir, where did you find that 130%? Again, let's see the table. You are computing the overtime in terms of rest days or special non-working holidays, and our hourly rate is 130% or 1.30. 1.30. Now, this is the numerical value that we are going to use to compute the overtime rate. So, let's back. So, 42.50 times 1.30 is equal to 55 pesos, 25 centavos per hour. And now, this is our hourly rate. Okay? This is our hourly rate in the problem. So, let's proceed to the step number 2. Determine the overtime rate per hour. So, overtime rate is equal to regular hourly rate times overtime rate. Now, as you observed, our regular hourly rate is 55 pesos point 25 centavo multiplied by 169%. Okay, sir, where did you find that 169%? Uh, if you have a question that we use later the 130 and now we use again the 169%, now let's see the table. So in the table, hourly rate for 8 hours po yun ha. So we use the 130%. But if our hourly overtime rate exists in 8 hours, then we are going to use the 169% or 1.69. 55 pesos point 25 centavos is multiplied by 169% or 1.69 is equal to 93 pesos point 3,725 centavo. This is our overtime rate. Now, please take note also of this because we are going to use this to get our final answer. Okay? So, total pay for the day is equal to 8 hours, which is and our hourly rate, which is 55 pesos point 25 centavo. And our overtime rate is 93 pesos point 3,725 centavo. And our overtime hours is 2. Okay, our overtime hours is 2. Now, if you are going to multiply this, we have 442 pesos plus 186.745 centavo. To sum it up, this is our final answer in problem number 2. 628 pesos point 745 centavos. Okay, in terms of rest day or special day. So, let's proceed to our next slide. Now, we are going to compute the overtime pay in terms on rest day which falls on special day. So, let me read the example. Myrna earns a regular daily rate of 340 pesos for 8 hours. If she was requested to work 10 hours on her rest day, which falls on Thursday, her pay would be. Now, as you observe, our daily rate is the same and our hours is also the same. So we are going to compute the overtime payment in terms of rest day which falls on special day. So let's have the solution po. Okay, the step 1, compute the hourly rate on a rest day which falls on a special day. So our hourly rate is equal to regular hourly rate times hourly rate. So we have 42.50. Sir, where did you find that 42.50? We have 340 divided by 8 hours. Okay? We have 340 divided by 8 hours. It is equal to 42.50. and multiply by 150%. Okay, sir, where did you get that 150%? Now, please see the table. In hourly rate for 8 hours lang po, this is the numerical number that we are going to use to compute the hourly rate. Okay, 150 or 150% or 1.5. So, let's go back. We have here 42.50 multiplied by 1.50 is equal to 63 pesos point 75 centavo in our hourly rate. Again, please take note this. This is our hourly rate, 63 pesos point 75 centavos. So let's have the step number 2. Determine the overtime rate per hour. Okay, our overtime rate is equal to hourly rate times overtime rate. So this is our hourly rate, 63 pesos point 75 centavos. Now, sir, again, where did you find that 195%? Okay, let's see the table.
As you observe on the table, we have overtime rate that exists more than 8 hours. In rest day which falls on special holiday, we have 195% or 1.95. Now, the 195% or 1.95, we're going to use that to compute our overtime rate.
Okay, we have 63 pesos point 75 centavos multiplied by 1.95 is equal to 124 pesos point 3,125 centavo. So this is our overtime rate. Okay? So 1.95 just divide the 195% to 100. Okay? Just divide it. So you're going to have 1.95. Now, please also take note of this overtime rate because we're going to use this into our final answer. So let's have the last total pay for the day is equal to 8 hours, which is the number of working hours. Our hourly rate, which is 63 pesos point 75 centavos. And our overtime rate is 124 pesos point 3,125 centavos times the number of overtime hours, which is 2. Now, to multiply this number, 8 times 63.75, we have 510 pesos. Plus, to multiply this, 124.3,125 times 2, we have 248.625. Then, to sum it up, we have 758 pesos point 625 centavo. So, this is our final answer. Let's proceed. Now, we are going to compute the um, overtime pay in terms on a regular holiday. So, this is our problem. Myrna earns a regular daily rate of 340 pesos for 8 hours. If she was requested to work 10 hours on May 1 or the Labor Day, okay, what would be her earnings? Now, let's have the solution on step number 1. So again, compute the hourly rate on a regular holiday. So our hourly rate is equal to regular hourly rate times hourly rate. Okay? So 42.50 times 200%. Okay, sir, where did you find that 200%? So according to our table, we're going to use the hourly rate for 8 hours. So this is 200% in regular holidays. Okay? In regular holidays. Let's back. So 42.50 times 2 is equal to 85 pesos per hour. So this is our hourly rate. Let's have this step number 2. Determine the overtime rate per hour. So our overtime rate is equal to hourly rate times overtime rate in percent. So we have 85 pesos per hour and multiplied by 260 percent. Now this 260% is given in the table here. So 260% or 2.60 if you're going to compute the overtime for more than 8 hours. Okay, let's use this numerical value of 260% or 2.60. Now we have here the 85 pesos times 2.660 is equal to 221 pesos, and this is our overtime rate. And now we have the hourly rate of 85 pesos and the overtime rate of 221 pesos. Now let's use that to get our final answer. Now we have total pay for the day. We have 8 hours, which is the number of work hours, with regular number of work hours, times hourly rate of 85 pesos, plus overtime rate of 221 pesos, times number of overtime hours, which is 2. Now, if you're going to multiply 8 times 85, it is 680 pesos. And if you're going to multiply 221 times 2, it is equal to 442 pesos. Now, to sum it up, we have the final answer of 1,050 pesos. So, this is our final answer in overtime pay for Myrna. Okay? So, let's have the final problem. So, this is computing overtime payment in terms of on rest day, which falls on a regular holiday. Now, let me read the problem. Myrna earns a regular daily rate of 340 pesos for 8 hours. If she was requested to work 10 hours on December 30, which is Rizal Day, which happened to be her rest day, what would be his overtime pay? Okay, let's find out. So, in solution step number 1, compute the hourly rate on a rest day which falls on a regular holiday. Now, our hourly rate is equal to regular hourly rate times hourly rate percent. Now, we have the 42.50. So, 42.50 is comes from 340 pesos divided by 8. Now, multiply by 260%. Okay, sir, where did you find that 260%? Now, let's see the table according to the labor code of the Philippines. Okay, this is it. 260 um, percent. This is the numerical value that we are going to use because we are going to compute the overtime payment in terms of rest day which falls in regular holiday. So let's back. So we have 42 pesos point 50 centavos times 2.60, and it is equal to 110 pesos point 50 centavo per hour, and this is our hourly rate. Okay, so step 1. Now, please take note of our hourly rate. So we are now in step 2. Determine the overtime rate per hour. Overtime rate is equal to hourly rate times overtime rate. So, overtime rate. Now, we have 110 pesos point 50 centavo in hourly rate. Multiply by 338%. Okay, in 338%, sir, where did you find that? Uh, as you observed in our table, we have the overtime rate for more than 8 hours. Now we have 338% or 3.38. Now this is, we are going to use this to compute the overtime payment. Now let's go back to the slide. Now 110 pesos point 50 centavo multiplied by 3.38 is equal to 373.49 pesos. So this is our overtime rate. So we have the hourly rate of 110.50 and we have the overtime rate of 373.49 centavo. Now let's have the final answer. For the total pay for the day, we have 8 hours, which is the number of regular working hours times hourly rate of 110 pesos point 50 centavo plus the overtime rate of 373.49 and multiply by the number of overtime hours, which is 2. Now, if you're going to multiply this 8 times 110.50, we have 884 pesos. And if you're going to multiply the 373.49, we have times 2, we have 746.98 pesos. To sum it up, our final answer is 1,257 pesos point 49 centavo. Okay. Now, so this is the um, total payment of overtime payment on rest day which falls on regular holidays. Okay, this is the end of our discussion, and I hope you learned from the computation of overtime in terms of ordinary day, rest day or special non-working holidays, rest day which falls on special non-working holidays, regular holidays, and rest day which falls on irregular holidays. And if there's any questions or clarification, you can message me via messenger po, Jobert Chofilo. Thank you for listening and God bless.